Have you ever pondered what would transpire if Earth suddenly lost its atmosphere? A rather dramatic thought, isn't it? But it highlights the invaluable role our atmosphere plays in sustaining life as we know it. Our atmosphere is a complex blend of gases, spanning hundreds of miles above our heads. It's not just a thin layer of air, but a deep, protective blanket for our planet. Comprising mostly of nitrogen and oxygen with trace amounts of argon, carbon dioxide and other gases, it's this composition that makes our atmosphere unique and essential for life. One of the most critical roles of our atmosphere is protection. It serves as a shield, guarding us from the harmful solar radiation. Without it, the unfiltered sunlight would make the surface of our planet uninhabitable, leaving us exposed to intense ultraviolet rays. But the atmosphere's protective role doesn't just stop there. It's also our first line of defense against space debris. Meteors, as they hurtle towards Earth, usually burn up in the atmosphere, appearing as harmless shooting stars to us down on the surface. Without our atmospheric shield, these celestial rocks would strike Earth with devastating impacts. Our atmosphere also plays a pivotal role in regulating Earth's temperature. During the day, it absorbs and distributes heat, while at night it slows down the escape of heat back into space. This thermal regulation, in turn, helps establish our weather and climate patterns, creating a diverse range of habitats from lush rainforests to arid deserts. Moreover, the atmosphere is the source of our weather. It's in this gaseous envelope where clouds form, winds blow and rain falls. It's a dynamic system that's constantly in motion, shaping our daily lives and the world around us. In essence, our atmosphere is more than just a layer of gas. It's a life-sustaining shield, a temperature regulator and a weather maker. It's a fundamental part of our planet's intricate life support system. Without our atmosphere, life as we know it would cease to exist. So next time you look up at the sky, take a moment to appreciate this invisible yet invaluable armor that surrounds us. Imagine just for a moment a world without an atmosphere, a world where the familiar blue sky turns into a starry void, and the air that we breathe is nothing but a memory. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? The immediate effects of such a scenario are nothing short of cataclysmic. The most obvious impact is the sudden absence of oxygen. Without it, most life forms, including humans, would perish within minutes. The bustling cities would fall silent, the forests would be devoid of chirping birds, and the oceans would lose their vibrant marine life. Our planet, once teeming with diverse life, would become a silent graveyard. But the lack of oxygen is just the tip of the iceberg. The disappearance of atmospheric pressure would have devastating consequences too. The pressure exerted by the atmosphere is what keeps our water bodies in a liquid state. Remove that pressure and all the water on Earth's surface would boil off into space, leaving the planet parched and barren. Then there's the issue of meteoroids. Our atmosphere acts as a protective shield, burning up most of the space debris that hurtles towards our planet. Without it, every tiny pebble from space becomes a potential bullet, causing destructive meteor strikes. The tranquil nights would be replaced by a constant barrage of light shows as these meteoroids pummel the Earth's surface, creating craters and wreaking havoc. And let's not forget about the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Our atmosphere filters out most of these rays, protecting us from their harmful effects. Without this natural sunscreen, the Earth's surface would be bombarded with intense UV radiation, making any form of life near impossible. The loss of the atmosphere would be catastrophic, to say the least. Our world as we know it would be transformed into an inhospitable alien landscape. This hypothetical scenario underscores the importance of our atmosphere, a fragile, life-sustaining shield that we often take for granted. Now let's delve deeper into the aftermath of this hypothetical scenario. Imagine waking up one morning to find that the sky has turned pitch black. The reason? There's no atmosphere to scatter sunlight. The sky as we know it, with its hues of blue and streaks of white, exists because the atmosphere scatters sunlight in all directions. Without it, the sky turns as black as a moonless night, even during the day. And that's not all. The lack of an atmosphere would also mean extreme temperature fluctuations between day and night. Why? Because the atmosphere acts as a natural insulator, trapping heat during the day and releasing it slowly at night. Without this blanket of air, daytime temperatures would skyrocket, turning the Earth into a furnace. Come nightfall, the absence of atmospheric insulation would allow all that heat to escape rapidly into space, plunging the Earth into a freezing cold darkness. But perhaps one of the most profound changes would be the silence. Yes, a world without an atmosphere would be a silent world. Sound, as we know it, is simply the vibration of molecules, and those molecules need a medium, like air, to travel through. Without an atmosphere, there would be no medium for sound to travel. The sounds of birds chirping, leaves rustling, and even our own voices would cease to exist. In this scenario, life as we know it would change dramatically, and not for the better. The Earth's diverse ecosystems would collapse, unable to cope with the extreme conditions. Plants, which rely on carbon dioxide in the atmosphere for photosynthesis, would die off, followed by herbivores and then carnivores in a catastrophic chain reaction. In essence, the Earth without an atmosphere would be a desolate, silent and unrecognizable place. It would be a stark reminder of the importance of our atmosphere, this thin veil of gases that not only makes life possible, but also makes our world the beautiful, vibrant and lively place it is today. In a world without an atmosphere, Earth would become a desolate and unrecognizable place. The thought of losing our atmosphere is terrifying, isn't it? Yet it's a reality we inch closer to each day through our own actions. Our atmosphere, this invisible shield, is under assault, bearing the brunt of our activities. Deforestation, pollution, the burning of fossil fuels. These human activities are tearing at the very fabric that holds our world together. Trees, nature's lungs, are being ripped out, reducing the amount of carbon dioxide being absorbed and oxygen being produced. Our industries spew out pollutants, dirtying the air we breathe. Fossil fuels, when burned, release greenhouse gases, thickening this shield until it chokes us. But there's hope. Through sustainable practices, we can curb this damage. Planting trees, reducing waste, shifting to renewable energy sources, these are steps we can all take. It's a collective effort, one that requires understanding, commitment and action from each and every one of us. It's up to us to ensure that the hypothetical scenario we've discussed remains just that, hypothetical. Our atmosphere is our shield, and it's our responsibility to protect it.